Hello, football fans. Before I start this review of Conference Championship weekend and this slight preview of the Super Bowl, I just like to say a happy anniversary to perhaps one of the greatest shows in the last quarter century. That's right, Family Guy. That's right. Today is January 31st, and it was on this date in 1999 that Family Guy premiered on Fox after their coverage of Super Bowl 33. We saw Denver beat Atlanta in what would be John Elway's last game. Um, it's an amazing show. Seth MacFarlane, every episode proves what a genius he is and proves, again, that the show deserves Emmys. They should have about as many Emmys as The Simpsons. It's legendary how the cutaways alone are better than about 90% of the stuff that's on TV now. But my thoughts and facts about Family Guy can be saved for another video. Right now, let's get down to business in hand, and that is Conference Championship weekend. Now, it was over a week and a half ago, but we're still reminded of everything that happened. First off, both games went to overtime. First time it ever happened. Secondly, we have to talk about what happened in New Orleans. I mean, seriously, even Stevie Wonder could see that it was PI. It was pass interference. What board he won? He didn't play the ball, and the helmet's clicked, but the flag didn't come out. Now, that call was a major factor in the Rams winning, but that wasn't the only reason why they won. Because the Saints had if the Saints had scored touchdowns early instead of kicking field goals, that fourth quarter would have been a factor. So, yeah, the call sucked. It really did suck, but the Saints had to shoulder some blame too. However, in the case of the Chiefs, that was completely a screw job. Because we all know the refs have been working for New England for the last 10, 12 years. And I this can only happen in the Patriots game where tapping Tom Brady's shoulder is roughing the passer. I've said for years, you can't breathe on Brady. You can't breathe on Brady or it's a foul. I've seen quarterbacks get killed and they don't call shit. But that was mostly the blame. The secondary reason was the Chiefs have the worst defense than the Packers. I mean, how do you let that happen? Just give up in that overtime. They had three converted third down plays, third and longs too. It was third and 9 or 10. It was ridiculous. And of course, the New England's overtime led to people wanting overtime rules changed again. Honestly, I'm going to save that for another video as well because I feel if I start talking about NFL overtime, I'll go like 10 minutes, and now is not the time for that. So yeah, so New England is in the Super Bowl again. Third year in a row they're in the Super Bowl. Ninth time with Brady and Belichick at 11th overall. Now, I blame a lot of people. I blame a lot of factors for this. The refs, obviously, they handle even everything. Kansas City's defense, the Chargers for not showing up. But you know who I really blame the most for this happening? The Steelers. That's who I blame. Because for the last 5 years, because here's the thing. The AFC sucks. The AFC is terrible. It's a cesspool. There's nothing in it. There's nothing in it. I mean, that's part of why New England gets the Super Bowl theater every year. Because they were in the NFC, they get killed. They have to deal with the Packers. They have to deal with the Packers, Panthers. Eli's there. You know Brady can't beat him. Dallas, Philly, the Rams, constantly. They wouldn't last in the NFC. They wouldn't. They'd be 7-9 at best in the NFC. But they're the AFC that has nothing in it. This is why they're the Super Bowl every year. Because, like I said, I blame a lot of facts for this. But the team I blame the most is Pittsburgh. I'll tell you why. Pittsburgh is pretty much one of the best teams in the league. I see them in that bad conference. I've always seen them for the last 5 years being the one team that would beat out New England. That's good. That would definitely just fuck up the Patriots. But there's one problem. Those idiots get in their own way. They do. They get in their own way too much, and it's always somebody. If it's not the Le'Veon drama, it's Antonio Brown. If it's not either of those two, it's Big Ben making mistakes and then blaming everybody but himself. And if it's not any of those three, It's Mike Bernie Mac Tomlin. It's always something. It's somebody with them, and and the fact that they missed them missing the playoffs really pissed me off because I knew once Pittsburgh started falling off and losing to bad teams, and when they missed the playoffs, I knew right then and there. You know what? New England's going to have a free ride to the Super Bowl, and this is ironic considering Pittsburgh actually beat New England this season. They beat New England but couldn't beat Denver and Oakland and tied Cleveland. Now, how's that for cruel irony? You know, like I said before a few weeks ago regarding Pittsburgh, that's going to be Tomlin's whole thing. Well, America, we beat those damn Patriots. That's our season. There's more to it than that. You know, his whole season is preparing for New England and forgetting about other teams. And that's why they're out of the playoffs. That's why New England pretty much had no real competition. Nothing against the Chiefs. The Chiefs kicked ass, but they don't have that experience. They don't have that playoff experience. The only other than the coach, I think the only player on that Chiefs team that had real playoff experience is Travis Kelce. Mahomes in his first playoff rodeo, and he did fine. He did fine. It definitely was not his fault that Kansas City lost. It's the fact it wasn't his fault that they lost. It wasn't his fault that he never got to see the ball in overtime. It's because that damn defense couldn't stop me. That's why. Well, that and referees getting paid by Kraft again. But anyway. So for the second time in less than 4 months, less than 5 months, whatever, we have a Boston versus LA championship. It's the World Series again. Let's just hope there's a different outcome. Um, this is with this, every league, every main sports league has had a Boston versus LA championship except for the NHL, though a Bruins Kings final almost happened in 2013. Even in Major League Soccer, I think the LA Galaxy faced the New England Revolution. I believe they did one year in the MLS Cup. So like I said, for New England, this is their third straight appearance. This is their 11th overall and 9th under the Brady Belichick era. But they lost last year to Philly. The Rams, this is their fourth Super Bowl appearance overall. Their first since losing Super Bowl 36 to the Patriots. So this is a rematch for that. And this is their first as the LA team. The only other time the LA Rams made it was all the way back almost 40 years ago. You have to go all the way back to Super Bowl 14, which was the last under the Bradshaw era, the fourth and last under the Bradshaw era. The Steelers beat the LA Rams in Super Bowl 14. That Super Bowl was referenced on This Is Us. That's true. And of course, when they did win, they were in St. Louis. It was the greatest show on turf, winning Super Bowl 34. And for the Los Angeles as a whole, this is the first time an LA team reached a Super Bowl since the LA Raiders won Super Bowl 18, which remains Los Angeles' only Super Bowl championship. For LA teams overall, this is their third appearance. Super Bowl 14 and 18 were their other appearances. Well, of course, obviously, I'm going for the Rams to win this. It's not a local thing. I'm a Packers fan, but it's not a local thing. Though part of it, a small part of it is. And of course, like I said last year, when the Patriots lose the Super Bowl, an angel gets his wings. The Rams can do it. They can do it. All they have to do is do what they've been doing, and if possible, watch the videotape of Eli and Nick Foles taking care of business against New England when it counts. And smooth sailing. They just can't make mistakes. That defense is kind of solid, but they still can't make mistakes. And by that, I mean Sue can't be going out there being, Sue. And but I think the Rams will pull this off. The Rams should pull this off. And there'll be a celebration down on Figueroa Street somewhere in LA. But the Rams by 6. That's my pick. So that's but the conference. I did enjoy conference championship weekend to an extent. I mean, seeing the Patriots win was nauseating, but seeing both games go to overtime was good. I mean, that's history. Though it's clouded by the bad calls made by the referees. Lord knows what those zebras will do Sunday. But anyway, that's my review of conference championship weekend. It's like preview the Super Bowl. I will review Super Bowl 53 after sometime about at least a day or two after the game ends. And like I said, I won't be done there. Preview. I will preview the NHL playoff races on March 1st, and congratulate any teams who clinched. All the 16 teams that clinched. So enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen, and have a pleasant afternoon.